Let's relive Derrick White, who took home the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
Spot up three for White. Count it. Gets it right back. That's pretty. Celtics the other way. You saw White eyeing Pritchard. Nice find. Good lift there from Pritchard. There it was.
In traffic. White up and under. Yes, a foul. Someone may get a piece of that. Oh, yeah. Sure. White again.
Derrick White's always good for a couple big buckets in the fourth.
White to Cornette. Oh, Cunningham on the step through, and White with the rejection. White draws contact. Pritchard against Sasser. Here's White from the corner. Book it. White to Cornette. Give it to him. Give me something. Here's White for another three. It's good. Right down the chute.
All right, checking out some of the numbers here. This is Bringing the Heat, brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil. They're in your neighborhood. And Derrick White, the award-winning week. Celtics guard averaged 20-plus points and almost 9 assists, as the Celtics went undefeated in that week. Again, those 9 straight games did not play against Atlanta on Monday night. You'd expect we'll see him back in the lineup on Thursday here, Chris.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Let's get into Forsberg's 4 now, though. And I take it we're talking more about number 9, Derrick White.
So separation makes the heart grow fonder, right? If you didn't appreciate Derrick White before Monday night, you sure appreciate him now, and everything that he brings to the court. You could have used that player of the week, steadying that team in the fourth quarter. But I'm not here to dwell on the past, Giles.
Okay.
But I am here to tell you some of my favorite numbers about number 9 and Derrick White's my favorite Derrick White numbers. And we start with my favorite one of all, plus 13.8. His NBA best net rating this season. On a team filled with glossy numbers, Derrick White has not only the best on the team, but the best in the NBA. In fact, it is 2.5 points better than your reigning MVP, Nikola Jokic, who is the first non-Celtic on the list. A couple other things Derrick White leads the league in. Offensive rating, 123. His plus 619 is the best plus minus in the NBA. In fact, he's 9 points ahead of Jason Tatum, who usually dominates that category, and 50 points ahead of Jokic. I just love the positive impact that Derrick White has when he's on the floor. You feel like good things are going to happen. It's not always the loudest way, but he makes good things happen, and nothing more is reflected than having the best net rating in the NBA. Some smart man once said before this season that Derrick White was going to lead the NBA in net rating.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. Well, good. Hey, there's a win for today.
I saw, you saw right through that one.
I mean, we've talked about his defensive prowess and everything else, but you bring up the offensive production as well, and yeah, it makes sense then that he would lead the NBA at plus 13.8. What you got for number 2?
All right, second number, plus 78. That is his team best plus minus in clutch time. You know, I don't want to harp on it here, Giles, but you know what we really could have used on the court in the final 5 minutes last night was somebody to steady this offense, someone to push the pace, someone who could have ran a pick and roll and made good things happen out there. And that's what Derrick White does. He just has that clutch gene. I mean, go ask the Miami Heat. DW in the clutch this year, 50% field goal shooting, 47.6 beyond the three-point arc, and 100% at the free throw line. He has an 8-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio in the clutch. He is 5th in the NBA in clutch threes made. He is 2nd in fourth quarter scoring on the Celtics, behind only Jason Tatum. In fact, he's 30 points ahead of Jaylen Brown. And I just feel more comfortable when he's out there. It's going to be a repeating theme of this 4. He's just, for whatever reason, there were fourth quarters last year, very famous game against Utah. He wasn't out there, and I'm like, what is going on? You need Derrick White out there in those moments. It just brings a little bit more calmness out there, somebody who can run it. I thought Point Tatum could dominate last night. Could use a Derrick White out there.
Okay, real quick, just clutch. When you say clutch, that means
fair point. So plus or minus 5 points in the last 5 minutes of a game. So every pretty much clutch situation, every crunch time when the Celtics haven't always thrived.
All right, so when the game's close and late, plus 78 for Derrick White. What do we got for number 3?
All right, number 3, 84, going up just a little bit. That's the number of blocks that Derrick White has this season. It's really just an excuse to run all these highlights because I love watching him block shots. It is the 14th most in the NBA. Think about that. The guy who's 6'4" is 14th in the NBA in blocked shots. His timing is impeccable. He is the most blocks by a guard this season. Denver's Peyton Watson is at 69. Caruso is at 65 for Chicago. 160 blocks since the start of the 2022-23 season. That's 31 more than the next best at guard, which is SGA at 129. With one more 3-block game, he will tie Reggie Lewis from the 91-92 season for the most 3-block games for a Celtic at 6'7" or under. Anytime you put yourself next to Reggie, a couple Northeastern guys are going to tell you.
I was going to say, shouts for getting the
right.
Northeastern
That's going to
guy.
be a pretty impressive feat. Giles, I don't know. He keeps trying to explain to us. Like when he was in the G League, there was this guy, like the center there, that kind of blocked shots, and he just kind of learned from him. But I don't know. Even through osmosis, this is incredible what Derrick White is doing, blocking shots. And I don't know when I'll stop being surprised every time he just times one up and swats a center or whatever. But damn, he's good.
He is, and he's efficient when he does it as well. Okay, what do you got for number 4?
The last number, 111, 111. That is the number of wins that Derrick White has played in over the last 2 NBA regular season. It is the top number in the NBA. Sam Hauser is 1 behind. Sam Hauser could have caught him last night if the Celtics had finished that game off. But to me, this is the ultimate sign of what Derrick White does, and that's win. Not only that, but it also shows how available he's been. Like, yeah, the Celtics have been good, and that helps run up that number. But consider this, the next closest non-teammate is Brook Lopez at 102, so 9 wins behind, and the Bucks have been pretty successful in their own right. He just gives the team what it needs. Part of the reason he won Player of the Week, he went out there and had a triple-double. Rebounds, you know, I know it doesn't count towards the triple-double, but the blocks, like stuff that a 6'4" guard shouldn't be doing. And his assist output from since February 1st has been off the charts. Just giving the game what it needs. That's what Derrick White does. Gives the game what it needs, and he gives the Celtics wins. Please be out there on Thursday.
We'll see if he is when they're taking on the Hawks once again on Thursday.